Hi, everybody. My name is Matt Varell, and I was supposed to be here today in person, but because to scheduling mishaps on my side, I'm not able to. But I still want to share with you full presentation to help city and county clerks be able to recognize and identify their inner authority. So let's get started. The title of my presentation will be Discovering Your Internal Leadership, Leading and Inspiring as a County Clerk by me, Matt Burrell, PhD, putting the awe in socially awkward, especially since I'm delivering my conversation with you over video since 1978. I'm a professor in the Judy C. Pearson Department of Communication at St. Cloud State University. My email address is below, as well as is my office number. I want to start off by asking you, have you ever heard of a man named Vasily Arkhipov? If you have, I think you're one of the few. He's a man who literally saved the world, but many people don't even know his story. A shy and humble man, he was born to Russian peasant family near Moscow way back in 1926. He went to the Pacific Higher Naval School, but later transferred to the Caspian Higher Naval School in 1947. He served on a Soviet submarine, the B-59, during the Cuban Missile Crisis. In 1962, his sub was detected by the U.S. Navy near Cuba. You might be seeing where this is going. The U.S., sensing the submarine beneath the waters, dropped depth charges, and Vasily's sub thought war had started. Remember, this is at the height of the Cold War between the United States and the USSR. The B-59 was loaded with a nuclear torpedo, and the sub captain Valentin Savitsky decided that it needed to be launched because the war had started in his mind. Launching the torpedo took 3 individuals with 3 separate keys: the captain, the political officer, and the flotilla commander, who happened to be Vasily Arkhipov. Arkhipov was the only one of the 3 who refused to give his consent, despite the intensity and pressure of the situation. Somehow, he convinced the other 2 individuals to surface the sub instead of launching the nuke and await further orders from Moscow. He is credited with preventing a potential nuclear catastrophe between the US and the USSR. The truly astonishing element of Vasily's story is not how close the world came to utter catastrophe, but rather how few people know about him. After the event, Vasily continued his Navy career, rising to the rank of Vice Admiral in 1981 and retiring in 1988. In 1998, he passed away from kidney cancer. It wasn't until 2 decades later that Vasily's heroism and calm demeanor was posthumously awarded with the Future of Life Award, where a $50,000 grant was given to his surviving family members. And here's a picture of his daughter Elena and his grandson Sergei receiving the award on Vasily's behalf. County clerks have a unique inner leadership that impacts their communities and their cities. Like Vasily, your decisions matter. You know procedures in and out. You're experts on information and processes that are essential for the day-to-day. As you build trust within the city and the county, the systems that you serve are able to function because of those connections you form. In many ways, like Vasily, you are what I like to call hidden heroes. In our presentation today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to explore how you can not only recognize the influence that you have, but that you can work to cultivate it and use it. We're going to look at the landscape of your leadership, understanding the difference between the roles you're assigned as well as real power. We will navigate the complexities of the political environment on the city and county levels. We will focus on how to communicate effectively to build strong relationships with both city and county officials. And by the end of our conversation, we will have taken several steps forward to realizing your own authority as influential leaders. Now, to start out, I want to share with you a little clip that perfectly illustrates the power of influence and leadership. This clip features a lone dancer at a music festival who, throughout his enthusiasm and energy, manages to inspire a crowd to join him. If you go onto YouTube and if you type in "the dancing guy," this clip will pop up. This clip has garnered millions of views. And that's really kind of odd given the fact that it's grainy, it's not well framed, it's simple video of one person watching a group happen around another individual. But the most powerful part is the vocal overlay, the lesson and the challenges about leadership that really cause us to take a moment and rethink all that we know. I use this video in all of my classes related to leadership, and within 3 minutes, it's amazing to see how quickly students' perceptions of what leadership is get turned on their head. As you watch the video, pay close attention to how his actions create a ripple effect, transforming a solitary dance into a collective celebration. This video is not about dancing. It's a powerful metaphor for leadership and influence. Let's take a look.
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is overglorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
It's kind of fascinating, isn't it? What started as one person dancing alone quickly turned into a group activity. This transformation holds valuable lessons for us today as leaders and also in our occupations as county clerks and city clerks. Let's unpack the video a little bit more, and I want to help it to relate to the roles and the influence that hopefully we can create and recognize and cultivate. So first, let's talk about recognizing influence. The dancing guy didn't start with a crowd. He started alone. His influence grew because he was willing to step out and lead by example. In our roles, we might sometimes feel like we're working alone, but our actions can inspire others and create that larger impact. Also, we have the note of cultivating influence. The dancer's enthusiasm was contagious. He didn't force anyone to join him. He simply led with energy and passion. We can cultivate our influence by being passionate and committed to our work, encouraging others to follow our lead. Next, the leadership landscape. The video shows the difference between being an assigned role and real power. The dancer wasn't assigned to a leadership role, but he became a leader through his actions. As county clerks, we have official roles, but our real power comes from how we engage and inspire those around us. Navigating political complexities. Just as the dancer navigated the festival environment, we need to be able to navigate the political landscape at city and county levels. Understanding the dynamics and the complexities of our political environment helps us position ourselves as those effective leaders. Next is effective communication. The dancer communicated through his actions, creating a connection with the crowd. Effective communication is key to building strong relationships with city and county officials. Clear, consistent, and positive communication helps us to achieve our goals. Realizing authority. By the end of the video, the dancer had created a movement. Similarly, by the end of our conversation today, we're going to take several steps forward in realizing our own authority as influential leaders. We'll also discuss practical steps to be able to harness our influence in realizing our effectiveness in our roles. So just like the dancing guy, each of us has the potential to be a catalyst for change. By recognizing and cultivating our influence, understanding our leadership landscape, navigating political complexities, and communicating effectively, we can become powerful leaders in our communities. So now let's dive a little bit deeper into these topics and explore how we can make meaningful impact. Understanding our leadership landscape and influence of power. Whether you call it authority or power, the ability to influence others comes in many, many forms. I'm going to show you a brief clip here from the Game of Thrones TV show. The video focuses on a conversation between Lord Varys and Tyrion Lannister, the Hand of the King. And it's a brief riddle about the true nature and source of power, illustrating that authority isn't always derived from formal positions. I'll see you after the clip.
Power is a curious thing, my lord. Are you fond of riddles?
Why? Am I about to hear one?
3 great men sit in a room, a king, a priest, and a rich man. Between them stands a common sellsword. Each great man bids the sellsword kill the other 2. Who lives, who dies?
Depends on the sellsword.
Does it? He has neither crown nor gold, nor favor with the gods.
He has a sword, the power of life and death.
But if it's swordsmen who rule, why do we pretend kings hold all the power? When Ned Stark lost his head, who was truly responsible? Joffrey, the executioner, or something else?
I've decided I don't like riddles.
Power resides where men believe it resides. It's a trick, a shadow on the wall. And a very small man can cast a very large shadow.
Varys' riddle highlights the ability to influence others, whether through formal authority or other means, is complex. Even without a title, individuals can wield significant power by controlling information, loyalty, and other crucial resources, demonstrating that influence extends beyond formal roles like mayor or council members discussed earlier. Formal power is the official authority that comes with a job title or a position that one holds, mayor, council member, etc. Examples of formal authority include such as making decisions. An elected official has the power to make important decisions about policies, budgets, and other big issues affecting the community. Setting policies. They can also create rules and regulations that everyone in the county or city has to follow. Enforcing laws. Elected officials ensure that laws aren't only followed, but they also take action to make sure to enforce them for individuals who choose not to follow them. However, we're going to understand how only focusing on a formal approach to power can be truly limiting for individuals who occupy the positions that make our organizations, our cities, and our counties go round and round. I'll pick up with this and talk about it in my next video. I'll see you then.